What's up, guys? Dylan here, and today I want to do a quick comparison between a Vitruvian and traditional home gyms, home workout systems on a few factors. So comment, share, subscribe below, and let's get into the video. So the factors I want to consider for this are a few things. So one is weight, the amount of weight you need for the workout to get a full body workout in. Two is time, the time it takes you to do that workout. Three is cost, the cost that it requires to actually get set up for that. And then four is going to be space, the space you need to have for the machine. And five, we'll throw in an auxiliary five, and that's going to be transportation if you move or anything like that. So let's get into it. So first is weight. Vitruvian wins hands down when it comes to weights. You need just the machine. This thing weighs 80 pounds plus the accessories. Maybe you're at 90 to 100 pounds total with everything all in. Okay. You can't say the same for any sort of traditional weight, right? Because it's real weight, you have to, versus digital resistance, you have to actually buy the physical weight for it. So if you are someone who can deadlift 400 pounds, you have to buy 400 pounds worth of equipment, okay? That's going to be a problem, right? Or at least compared to the Vitruvian. Vitruvian, you buy this, you can deadlift up to 440 pounds. So Vitruvian wins in the weight category. Unless you want to use the weights to weigh things down or stuff like that, Vitruvian won't be as good as having a bunch of 45-pound plates laying around, but that's a different thing. Two, let's talk about time. So time for workouts. One of the most advantageous things about this Vitruvian, except when you make videos between sets and things like that, is you don't have to move the weights to set it up. You don't got to go to a gym, but if you have a home gym, you don't got to do that. But there's no putting plates on, taking plates off. There's no walking across the room for something and walking back. There's none of that. You're set up and good to go. I hardly even have to change the attachments on here. And when I do, it's as easy as this. Boom, click in, click off. Super easy, super quick, versus when you use a traditional weight system, think barbell and plates. You gotta put the plates on, you gotta take them off. You gotta put the clips on, all that kind of stuff. You gotta put it on one side, then the other side. You gotta take them off, put them back in place. That just takes a little more time. And if you wanna switch workouts, right? If I wanted to go from squats to bench press, the time it takes me to do that with the Vitruvian is I pull up my little bench, Vitruvian bench, now I'm good to go. Okay, maybe do the adjustments. Takes me a minute to do that. With the squat rack and all that kind of stuff, you have to unload all the weights so you can lower the bar down, make sure the rack is set up in the right position, the bench is set up in the right position. It's going to take a little more time. There's nothing wrong with that, and that process can be therapeutic. I actually enjoy that process with traditional weights. But if you're looking for a time-effective workout, if you don't have much time, you can get done, I've said this before, in 30 minutes on the Vitruvian, but it would take you over an hour to do a traditional weights or more, especially if you're at the gym. So time-wise, Vitruvian wins hands down on time. So it wins on weight, it wins on time. What about cost? Cost for the Vitruvian. Vitruvian can range anywhere between 25 to 3,500 bucks or so, plus the accessories. So that can be pretty pricey. And I know because I bought it. But cool thing is you can pay with installments. Now, it's not always good to put yourself in debt to pay for something, but I treated this, when I bought this, I did buy it on installments because I wanted to treat it like a gym membership. So what would I pay to go to the gym? What type of extra time would it require to me to go to the gym? And is the cost of this worth it? And for a single guy, it mapped out to be, if I could get 2 years of use out of this thing, that would be equivalent to what I was paying for at the gym. So if you're a couple or a family, you can cut that down even further. And if you live in like an urban area where gyms are really expensive, this pays for itself pretty quickly. Then when it comes to cost of your equipment, your other equipment, like your traditional weights, I'd say you probably can easily spend more, but if you're a bargain shopper, you might be able to get everything for a similar cost or a little bit less. So I think overall expense, they're comparable. If you're setting a full home gym setup, that's definitely going to be more expensive for the traditional weights. But if you are a budget shopper, you know where you can get equipment and gear, you probably could get a lower cost on that. So I'd say it's a tie with kind of leaning for cost a little bit more to the traditional weights for that. And to toss in the longevity of a mechanical machine like this, something with electronics and pulleys and all that, this is not going to last as long as your iron barbells and iron plates. Like those things will last for forever as long as they're treated well. This thing will last for a long time, but it's going to break eventually. And that will add to the cost of that. So I think the traditional weights went on cost, right? But it's tied with a slight edge to the traditional weights. Okay. So we have Vitruvian wins for the weight. Vitruvian wins for the time. A traditional weights win for the cost. And now let's talk about 4, taking up space in your apartment, in your house. Vitruvian hands down wins. This is it, right? This is the size of it. You don't got to have a special, it's good to have at least some space, but you can slide this thing under your couch, under your bed, as long as you have a little bit of room it's not that big of a deal. This thing is probably about 2.5 feet or about 2 feet wide and 3 feet long. And if you have 2 feet on each side, so we're looking at 7 feet, right, on each side. You don't even need that on each side, to be fair. But let's just say 7 feet there. You got a foot in front of it, and then you have 3 feet behind it. It doesn't take up that much space. You can always clear that type of space in your environment. And I recommend doing that so there's nothing that you could like potentially harm yourself on. That's the space it takes up, and you can slide it under your bed. Versus your traditional weights, they're going to take up a lot more space. If you want to get a barbell squat set up, you have to have a dedicated space, your garage, an office, a built out home gym, or a shed, something like that. And if you're living in an apartment, you may not have that. And that can really create issues when you're trying to create your home gym. And that's why this thing is so beautiful, is because it doesn't take up that space. So Vitruvian wins on space saving, almost hands down, and ease of storing it and unstoring it. Which brings us to number 5 is transportation. One big knock of home gyms, it's like buying a mattress, a really nice bed and mattress. And how do I know this? Because I've bought a really nice bed and mattress several times, and then I've moved, and then I've just not been able to move the bed and mattress. And so my really nice bed and mattress is no longer mine. It's either in the trash or I just sell it, which is unfortunate, right? That's the same kind of thing for a home gym. So if you move around a lot, or you don't own a house with enough space, or maybe you're a young couple who doesn't have a family yet, you're looking to get a family, and you have a home gym set up, then you have kids, now you have more stuff, and you have more people, right? You might be forced to get rid of your home gym. And that's a whole process, right? So it's a process when you're moving, and it's a process when you need to downsize or you need to create more space for other things. That can just create issues because you need more space for it. With the Vitruvian, you don't really have to make that compromise or sacrifice. It's 80 pounds. Sure, it's not the lightest thing, but you're looking at it right here. You can take this with you just about anywhere. You can put this in a moving truck. You can put this in the back of your SUV. You can put this just about anywhere and take it with you. So no matter where you go, I probably don't recommend shipping it in the air. At that point in time, you might as well sell it and buy a new one through the air because that's going to be costly. But if you're transportating this thing, super easy. That's why it's really good for people that have apartments or just want to optimize their space savings. Even if you have a big house, like this thing can be amazing for that. You can work out in multiple rooms or outside like I'm doing. So the Vitruvian wins in that category. So just a quick recap of the categories and which one wins. I think you might know I'm leaning towards the Vitruvian. But number 1 was weight, Vitruvian wins. Number 2 was time for workouts, efficiency, Vitruvian wins. Number 3 is cost. Traditional weights, I think, probably win out over the long term in Vitruvian for cost, but they have a similar startup cost to get going with something like this. And number 4 was taking up space in your house or apartment. Vitruvian wins, takes up less space. And number 5 was transportation. So if you have to move or anything like that, Vitruvian definitely wins on that front. Now, does that mean that traditional weights and that kind of stuff are no good or anything like that? No. And I don't like them? No. I love them. If I had the space, if I could build out a home gym, I would have both the Vitruvian and I'd have that. I have the squat racks, I've got all that. I'd do my Olympic lifts and all that kind of stuff. But I don't have that. I don't have the space for all that kind of stuff. And I move around a lot. So I don't want to necessarily have to lug that stuff with me or buy it once and then buy it again and buy it again and buy it again. I don't want to do that. So for my home gym setup, the most efficient, effective thing has been this Vitruvian. It's amazing what you can do on this machine. I highly recommend that you check it out. If you're thinking about going the home gym route, I think this is the best one. I've looked at the tonal, I've looked at the other machines. I think this thing is the best bang for your buck. You get the most exercises. You don't have to mount it to a wall. It's the easiest to store. It's a cool company. They're up and coming. And I think the future is only going to get better for this company and this machine. So it's a really exciting space to be a part of. It's a really exciting machine to use. And I know personally, I have gotten better workouts, more efficient workouts with this machine and more workouts. I'm doing exercises and lifts I never would do when I would go to the gym just because I wouldn't even think of them, or just because it's like, I'm not a super fitness freak and expert who studies every single thing. There are people out there, but that's not me. I just enjoy it and I want to stay healthy and fit. And there's exercises that I should have been doing, but I wouldn't. But with the Vitruvian, it's all right there at my fingertips. It makes it so easy. So my workouts have just been so much more effective on this machine because of those things that I mentioned. I think I've said before in another video, I haven't been to the gym in 7 months. I've only used the Vitruvian and exercised outdoors, and I'm in some of the best shape of my life. I'm still lifting heavy. All my maxes are going up, and I think it's all due to this machine. Of course, lifestyle choices and hard work and dedication, but I think this machine plays a big role in it. So if you're interested in checking out the Vitruvian, check out the link below this video. That's an affiliate link, so if you want to get one of those, click on that link. It helps support the channel, as well as leave your comments below. Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not agree? What other metrics should I consider or talk about? I'd love to address those in other videos, but that's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.